from Southern Maryland's weather leader. This is a JB Weather Alert.
Hello and good evening. I'm Forecaster John Bordash with you, still in the JB Weather Center, continuing to track what has turned into somewhat of an active severe weather day across the mid-Atlantic. Things kind of got started during the mid-afternoon hours when we had a tornado warning for parts of Charles County, right around 3 o'clock or so. We then saw an additional tornado warning get issued for parts of Washington County on up towards Hagerstown, another tornado warning for parts of Baltimore County, and we do now have a new tornado warning a little bit closer here to home in parts of the northern D.C. suburbs. This is going to be just north of Leesburg for parts of Loudoun and Montgomery counties. Now, this one is a little bit more concerning because it's been a little bit on the stronger side of what we've been able to see out there today with these storms. A lot of the storms that we've seen produce a little bit of rotation, by and large, have just been showing weak rotation. And it's been very spin-uppy in nature. Nothing that's been overly concerning or anything that's been pronounced or prolonged. But this storm right through here that is tracked just to the north of Leesburg, that's now moving into parts of Montgomery County, has shown consistent signs of rotation here over about the last, we'll call it, hour or so as it's tracked through parts of Loudoun County. I want to see if I can't just get an updated look here into this storm, trying to get a look at the rotation we are seeing here with it. One moment, please. But what we do have here shown in the red polygon is that active tornado warning that is going to be going until 7 o'clock. So for about the next 9 minutes. But areas for parts of Montgomery County, I would not let your guard down on out towards the Germantown and Gaithersburg areas. Definitely could be looking at some threat from this storm. What I do want to do is take you over to what we call our sensitive mode of the radar. This allows us to really get in tight to see what's going on with storms. I want to give myself, let's do a nice little 2-panel show. Let's bring you on over. So what we have here, we have two versions of radar to show. On the left, right, this is going to be typical reflectivity radar. How heavy is it raining and where is it raining heavy? On the other side, what's predominantly shown in red, you see a little bit of purple down to the south? This is going to be our velocity mode. What velocity mode allows us to do is see where we have winds and where we have those winds and what direction are they moving. Where I want to take your attention is this little hint of green that is right in through here that is just to the north and west of Poolsville. We've been watching this here for a while. I'm going to put this into motion. Let's bring this to our current timestamp. And if we bring this back a little bit, you can see back here when this storm was just north of Leesburg, we had that tight rotation here. Red is showing where we have winds going away from the radar, green towards. So we have a nice couplet here of rotation just north of Leesburg. And we can track this out and see how this has really tried to hold its own a little bit as it's tracked here into Montgomery County. Now, it's not nearly as pronounced or as strong as it once was, but this is still something that we are going to keep track of. And we do now have a brand new tornado warning that is coming in. This is going to be for a much larger section here, parts of Montgomery County, Frederick County, Loudoun County as well being included within this warning. Let's go ahead and get the latest information here, get this posted on over to social. So do give me one moment as we work with that. And I'm not sure that, I feel like we might need a brief moment here. Let's see. Let's bring you on over here and let's give that program a nice little reboot. But what we do see here, you see a couple of different polygons that look a little bit different depending on kind of what's going on there. Where we have this red polygon with the white outline, that is where we are tracking what the National Weather Service has deemed to be a confirmed tornado. Where we have that larger red polygon, that is where we just have that risk of that tornado potentially touching down. We are much more concerned about the red polygon with the white outline, and we're going to continue to track that as it moves here to the north and east over the next while. If I take you back on over here into live William Richmond Deke radar, let's switch gears here just momentarily. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. So brand new tornado warning goes until 7:30. This is still going to be for parts of Montgomery County, parts of Loudoun County. Our area of rotation is just tracked into Montgomery County. This is moving at about 18 miles per hour at about 79 degrees east. And we're not getting any major population centers here. I want to actually see if I can just try to do a large sweep here to get a track and give us just a couple of different things to take a look at. And this definitely does give you an idea. So let me go in and get this posted on over to socials. And it looks like with our new warning, the National Weather Service has not yet put on that tornado confirmed tag that we have with the original warning. It's going to be that the original warning is shown there with the smaller polygon size. Let's go ahead and get that posted. I guess this is really kind of a test run for when we get legit severe weather. I forget what it's like to have to do all of this one time solo. All right, and for the 170 of you, welcome in. I'm Forecaster John Bordash, continuing to track, again, what has turned into a rather active severe weather day. As we zoom out here, maybe give radar just a little bit of a loop so you get a general idea of what's going on. You can see that we have had a few rounds of showers and thunderstorms, and actually what I want to do is give radar a little bit of a longer loop here so you can really get an idea. Let's show us over the last 3 hours or so, even let's go a little longer to about 5, and you can see what we have been looking at throughout the afternoon and evening are these rounds of showers and thunderstorms that have come through, all that have the ability to rotate things to a warm front that is moving through the region. And we're going to see the other side of this with a cold front that moves through tomorrow that tries to bring another round of severe weather. But we can see earlier this afternoon, as we kind of time this out, we had that tornado warning around 3 o'clock for parts of Charles County, another tornado warning just south of Hagerstown right around 5:30, another tornado warning for Baltimore just after 6, and now we have this current tornado warning for parts of Montgomery County, southern parts of Frederick County, and parts of Loudoun County, and that goes here until about 7:30. The National Weather Service text here tells us that at 6:52, a severe thunderstorm is capable of producing brief tornadoes. Note the use of the plural version of tornadoes. We're located along a line extending from 6 miles east of Point of Rocks to near Poolesville to Leesburg, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Right now, we're just talking about radar-indicated rotation. For those in the path of these potential tornado touchdowns, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Damage to roofs, siding, and windows may occur. Mobile homes may be damaged or destroyed. Tree damage is going to be likely with this storm. Those dangerous storms will be located near Leesburg, Lansdowne, and Poolesville right around 7 o'clock, so here within the next couple of minutes. Boyd's around 7:05, and Germantown as well as Damascus around 7:10. Other locations impacted include, but are not limited to, Clarksburg, Dickerson, Balesville, Dawsonville, Tuscarora, Barnesville, and Darnestown. So we're going to continue to watch this. I do see a couple of comments. It is nice to be back. But a good question, should today maybe garner a higher severe weather attention brought to it? Should we maybe have been under an elevated risk of severe weather? You can definitely make that argument. These types of setups are very tricky to forecast, though. You know, I've been doing this now for just about 11 years, and I have seen setups exactly like these that have brought, big time severe weather setups to our region. And we've also seen these types of setups that don't bring much. I mean, we didn't see all that much sunshine today, so it's hard to get a lot of these storms to get going. But when you can get one going, then we can definitely start to see some rotation. As seen by now, I believe this would be our 6th tornado warning just north of Baltimore. This is going to be going till about 7:45 here. This includes the Towson area. Again, just north of Baltimore for west central Harford County and northeastern Baltimore County until 7:45. At 6:59, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Hampton or near Cockeysville, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. We're talking about radar indicator rotation with this storm near Baltimore. And these dangerous storms will be near Cockeysville, Kearney, Perry Hall, Rossville, Timonium, White Marsh, Falston, Hampton, Kingsville, and Pleasant Hills around 7:05. And moving on to a few other locations such as Nottingham, Glenarm, Fork, Benson, Fullerton, Baldwin, Lutherville, Long Green, Edawood, and Hyde. So again, just turning out to be a very active evening here as we track all of these storms that are moving through. We have now our 7th tornado warning coming in. This is going to be for parts of Frederick, Maryland. Waiting for this to pop up here into the system, but this is going to be for parts of Frederick, Maryland. This is going to be going here until 7:30. This is going to be for East Central Frederick County in North Central Maryland. At 7 o'clock, severe thunderstorms capable of producing a tornado was located near Walkersville or near Frederick and moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. This is going to be radar indicated rotation. And for those in the path of any of these potential severe thunderstorms that could be producing tornadoes, we're going to be talking about the threat of flying debris, damage to roofs, sidings, and windows may occur, and mobile homes could be damaged or destroyed. Waiting for our system to give us an update here, get a live look at our latest warnings that are coming in. Again, we now have 3 active tornado warnings, and just to make life a little bit easier, let me bring you on over to this version of our radar. It really shows what we have going on pretty well. Now, a triple threat of tornado warnings here across northern parts of Maryland. The current focus is in northern Maryland. It is not across. It is not across southern Maryland, which is welcome news, I'm sure, for many. But again, we're going to have to continue to watch all of this as it all comes through. So we have the tornado warning until 7:30 for parts of Frederick County, tornado warning until 7:30 for parts of Montgomery County, and a tornado warning until 7:45 for parts of Baltimore County. Let's go ahead. I actually want to bring you on over, just updated this graphic so you can see when all of these go until. Get this posted on over to socials. All right, go in and get this posted on over, reset here, get a live look at what's going on. Again, turning into a very active, severe weather evening across the immediate mid-Atlantic. We have a lot going on. So, taking a look, different tornado warnings all in effect. I do want to get us on over to our tornado safety precautions, what we should be doing. If you are in parts of East eastern Baltimore County, parts of western Harford County, parts of east central Frederick County, or western parts of Montgomery County. Again, 3 different tornado warnings are in effect right now. These are going to be the tornado precautions that you're going to want to be taking into consideration. Moving indoors, moving to the lowest level of either of your home. Again, we're moving into a building that has a substantial foundation, one that has wheels, that has firm walls around it. So we're not looking at a shed. We're not looking for a mobile home. But you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You want to be on the lowest floor of that substantial foundation building. Again, you're trying to get yourself as low to the ground and as far away from the outdoors as possible. We have seen today several of these tornado warnings produce low-end EF0 type tornadoes, the ones that quickly spin up but are able to produce winds of 70, 80, and in some cases 90 miles per hour. And we're going to have to continue to track all of these, as any of these storms at any given time could try to produce a tornado throughout the day. I want to go ahead and take us on over to our sensitive mode of William Richmond Inc. radar. Let's see if we can just bring us on in. Want to come on over here. So here we could take a look at our eastern 2 tornado warnings, parts of Montgomery County down here, just near the Bealsville area, Poolsville, where we're getting this red and green coming together here between the 2. On our velocity on the right-hand side of your screen indicates where we could have some potential rotation tracking towards Germantown and Clarksburg. To the north, up near the Linganore area, this is just to the east of Frederick, we can see where we have potential rotation here moving north of Linganore. This would be eventually posing a threat to parts of Union Bridge and New Windsor and parts of Carroll County. Again, this is a warning that goes until 7:30. And then we're talking about parts of Baltimore County. This is right near the Towson area. This was actually just over the Towson area with that decent bit of rotation that moved through. And now it's currently sitting over Hampton, just to the northwest of Kearney, getting near Glen Arm. This is a tornado warning that will be in effect until 7:45. So a very active afternoon in what is now turned into a very active evening. As things stand right now, I see no other storms that we will need to monitor, but again, these storms have all been firing up kind of on their own accord. And these have kind of ramped up pretty quickly. So we could see any additional storms develop that could very quickly try to rotate. And we have this threat of severe weather really through about 9 or 10 o'clock this evening. So we're going to want to stay weather aware. I'll be here in the Storm Center continuing to track everything. If we get any new warnings, I'll be back here with you live. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Keep it tuned right here to JB Weather for continuous coverage to stay up to date on the latest warnings that get issued. If we have anything new, I'll be here with you live. In the meantime, I'm Forecaster John Bordash. Have a nice and safe one, and please keep it tuned here to JB Weather for the latest information.
Check the forecast anytime online at jbweather.net.